Hello everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what a typical evening looks like in my life when I don't have to go to the gym. If you're someone who doesn't have a night routine established already, you don't have to feel like you need to turn the house upside down in order to feel like you've had a productive evening. Sometimes just taking care of little things here and there so that way they don't pile up on you and you have a mountain of things to do by the end of the week is just as productive as doing the most. For a long time, I didn't have my own evening routine established, and for whatever reason, even though I sit at a desk all day, by the time I got home, I just felt so drained and so exhausted that I barely even had the energy to cook dinner. Over time, I established certain habits when I got home that helped me get my evening back, and that is something that I do now on a regular basis. Of course, I do have my days where I just don't have the energy, and I allow myself those days to just decompress and relax, and my husband will kind of take over and take care of things. That way, other tasks that need to get done, I can just worry about those things. And sometimes it's just me being with my family and just enjoying a movie and not worried about the long to-do list that we have for that particular day. Tonight, I do have quite a bit of things to do. It's not a whole lot, but it's pretty much just an extra meal that I have to make tonight. I wasn't able to make our second meal prep, which I normally do on Sundays. I'll make 2 separate meals, but I had so much on my plate on Sunday that I did not have the time or the energy, if I'm being honest, to make that second meal. So I told myself I would put it off for today. So I'm going to be doing that. And I'm also going to be making a soup for dinner tonight. We had a cold front, a really strong cold front come through. So it's super cold outside. And whenever it's like that, I just prefer to have soup, and so does my family. So I hope you guys find some motivation or inspiration to create some sort of evening routine for yourself. And as I said before, it doesn't have to be all these things that you have on your list. It could be something as simple as just hanging your jacket when you get home, putting your shoes in a certain area, cleaning and clearing off the dining room table or whatever countertops you have, making sure that the dishes are cleaned and washed so that way you have a fresh, clean kitchen when you wake up in the morning, and slowly but surely just stack habits that can help you not only have a productive evening routine, but can set you up for a productive morning routine. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off for a little bit. I may chime in from time to time, but for now, I'm going to let the video play. Alright, so here I have what we're going to be eating for the next few days, our meal prep. It's pretty much just some chicken fajitas seasoned with bell peppers and onions, and then I also have some pico de gallo. I'm going to pop this into the oven, and then I'm going to get my rice and beans going. So this is the meal prep for the next few days for myself and for my husband. Two are his and two are mine. I'm going to let these cool down a bit and then pop them in the fridge. And then I'm going to finish up the rest of the chores that I have to close out the kitchen and the rest of the house. And then we're going to get cozy and get ready to wind down for the night. One of my non-negotiables for a productive evening routine is making sure that the kitchen and at least the dining room or the living room area is free of clutter, trash, clothes, or anything that doesn't really belong. The kitchen is always clean no matter what, at least 5 days a week. So there are a few days where I'll allow, the dishes to kind of pile up or stuff to kind of stay on the counter. But for most of the week, I try to make sure that our kitchen is relatively clean. That way in the morning, if my kids want to make breakfast for themselves or my husband needs to do something in the kitchen, everybody has a clean slate to work with. Now you might notice in the video that the lighting is not very bright, and I prefer to keep it this way, especially in the evenings, because at work we have really harsh lighting. If you work in an office, you know what I mean. And so when I get home, I don't want to have the bigger lights on in the house. I want to create an environment that's warm and relaxing and that kind of puts you in a state of mind of relaxation. So what I'll do is I will keep all the bigger lights off, light a candle, and then just turn on all the warmer lights and just set the tone for a cozy evening. Another benefit that I've noticed about having a productive evening routine is that cleaning and maintaining our home really serves as a form of therapy for me. There's a lot of things in life that I can't control, but being able to just take care of things at home helps me feel like I have a better grasp on my reality. There's a lot of times where I have a lot of things going on in my mind, lots of worries, anxieties, and then of course you have your regular to-do lists as a mom. And when I'm taking care of the dishes or when I'm sweeping, organizing, and wiping counters down, I'm also in my mind figuring out ways to solve certain problems. And I've heard it said that we as women carry a lot of mental load in our minds, and being able to put my hands to work while those things are going on, I find really help to kind of ease those worries and those thoughts. I know a lot of people probably don't see it that way, but for me, it is kind of therapeutic to just take care of these things and to manage the things that I can control. Now, this probably stems from my childhood. There was a lot of chaos that would go on in our home, and so I found that being in my room and just organizing and kind of putting everything in its own place was my way of being able to control the little things that I did have for myself. So it could be a form of trauma response, but that's just something that has been able to help me just kind of relieve stress. So I recommend just finding something that works for you that can help you get your mind, your thoughts, and your home in order. It has been said that your inner world reflects on your outer world. So if you have a lot going on in your mind, it'll sometimes show outwardly in your home, in your car, in your direct environment with people that you surround yourself with and the situations that you place yourself in. If you have a lot of chaos going on in your mind and you're not able to figure out ways to direct that energy, you may be inviting chaos into your life in other ways or putting yourself in chaotic situations. So learning to create habits at home and in your inner life, whatever space that you tend to occupy most, if you can get that in order, it'll start to spill out in other areas of your life. And that's something that I've learned as I've created and cultivated these habits. So I highly recommend just starting little by little, and don't get overwhelmed with all the things that you have to do. Just focus on one room at a time, one space at a time. It'll start to build from there and you'll get momentum, and eventually these habits will become a part of your life, and then you will find that the chaos will slowly but surely start to dissipate. And if you can, don't forget to sprinkle in a little self-care and physical care, because your mind and body need just as much TLC as your home and your living environment. You don't need a whole lot of super expensive products. Something simple that works for your budget, your skin, and your way of life. I hope today's video encourages you to create a productive evening routine of your own. And if you've fallen off, it's okay. Just get back on it, pick those habits back up, and you can always start again. Never feel like it's too late or you're too far gone. You can always start fresh. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all on the next one.